Jeff, Ronan is trash. Also, Jeff, plays Ronan. I mean, the stream title literally says we're playing bad decks, so I'd like to offer up that my Ronan messaging is consistent. What's going on, Hobbit? Thank you for the 37 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Wyeth hurts Moon Girl style decks, so I want to play their cards till turn 6. I don't know that I fully agree with that. I think you can kind of play Armor to largely sidestep that issue. I think that's less of a problem than the inability to play Shang-Chi efficiently. You run a Moon Girl deck with Enchantress, She-Hulk, and Marvel, all sorts of tech cards. Yeah, I mean, people play decks that are shit all of the time. And they even win games with them, because Marvel Snap's a high variance card game where you can play bad decks and still do well. As I often like to call out, if I give an articulated description of why I feel something isn't good, and the best way you could refute what I said is, I've won games with this thing, you very clearly didn't understand the assignment. I was able to win games with something does not mean that thing is good.
Wakanda forever!
Going on, Yulm. Good morning. I'll snap with a Hawk Drop. My favorite Moon Girl deck is the Kyrianite deck. It's bad but fun, at least it mostly ignores Shang. So the problem isn't that you can't build decks to ignore Shang. I agree there's plenty of Moon Girl decks that can, like, duck Shang appropriately. The issue is that they can't play Shang themselves, is the thing that's problematic. I think I do this so that way I can play Iron Man or Iron Lad next turn alongside Mystique. Have a rock. Cleveland rocks! Ohio, 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 Ohio. Good old rock chat, nothing beats it. All right, so this is a Darkhawk on the right. And then Iron Lad is either Iron Man or Master Mold. They're most likely to Shang the left, which I think means I want to play for the right. Although I guess if I hit Iron Man here, it beats Shang on the left. Yeah. Alright, I don't play for all three. We played that for 8 cubes? Oh, fish daddy. No, this was Gold Conquest, Chad. I think this deck is good, so I queued it up for Gold Conquest. Well, it's as good as a non-Shang-Chi deck can be. So still bad, but, you know, good enough to play Gold Conquest with. And based on Twitch chat's average thought process, I've won a match. Ergo, this deck is fantastic now. That's rude. At least I can play remote on curve, I suppose. What's going on, Stack? Thank you for the quarter of a year. Welcome back. Jeff, I was promised bad decks, but this deck is clearly cracked. Apologies. Yes, it has won an entire match of Marvel Snap now. That's actually a Scotch awkward. Because I want to Grandmaster the Rock Slide, but then I have a 0 power thing in Baxter Building. JK, LOL.
Aid my hand.
Statistically, this is a very good Iron Lad. I'm gonna stab. This thing could be Hawk. This is 60% to me, and this honestly is one of the sweetest ongoing decks I've played. God damn it. There's so many good banger hits, right? Ooh, taking their White Tiger away is a big deal. That's a big deal. Woo! We declawed the kitty, chat. See, I thought we needed an ongoing card. Iron Lad knew what we needed, chat. Iron Lad's like, Hogland thinks he needs a big number when he really needs a nice fat porking. Iron Lad is from the future, that's true. Hopefully this Iceman hits Spider Ham. Unlucky. Just trust the deck to do what you want, yep. Nico out of Tardax doesn't do anything. She was not in your deck or your hand to generate a spell. What's going on, Eric? Thanks for the over 3.5 years. Welcome back. Whoo! Pork you into Iceman you. That's the good stuff right there. It is actually great to find out that they're an Echo gamer. That's potentially very tough for us. Grandmaster's fine. Mystique is bad. I guess Mystique's the only terrible hit here. I think their Echo is for Wog protection, almost assuredly.
Opponent snapped.
let's say they play White Tiger. They put 2 cats here. We're winning. They put a cat here. We're winning the breaker. What beats me here? Dr. Doom? Dr. Doom's a real Marvel Snap card they could play? Alright, let's zoom bop some Doom bots. Why does Ronan show the power, but Dr. Doom doesn't? Because Ronan was one of the many slops in this patch that was released early mistakenly. Eventually, they want all of the ongoings to show you their phantom power in hand, like Ronan does, but currently Ronan was accidentally added to the patch early with that feature. Alright, gamers, it's about that time. Let's go ahead and tap the advert button. I'll see you in 120 seconds. Thanks for hanging out. Don't go anywhere. How much is the bike chair that I have going on here? I believe it's in the 600 range. Forget, it's been a minute. Under fitness. Oh, do they not have the exact one I have on their site anymore? That's interesting. This is close to what I have. This whole bottom is like mine has armrests on it. Oh, that's actually much cheaper than I remembered. I wonder if this, it's definitely a different model than what I have, but the base looks identical to what I have. With the pedals the way the wheels are. Mine has armrests on it. Netasin, thank you for the 3/4 of a year. Welcome back. This is mine's close. This is what I'm sitting on. It's very, very so. It looked like the gear at the top that controls the resistance is a little different. Mine has headphones on it. Overweight white dude, adorable toddler not included. Biking in jeans is bold. Listen, chat. Anytime someone in my chat brings up the fact that doing something in jeans looks difficult, I feel the need to preach a little bit. If you haven't thrown out all of your traditional jeans and replaced them with jeans that contain a dash of spandex yet, you don't know what your life is waiting for in terms of transformation. Once you go slightly stretchy jeans with a dash of spandex, you can't go back. They look identical to regular jeans. They look identical to regular jeans, but they've got a bit of stretch in them. And basically every brand that makes jeans has them at this point. I don't have a particular loyalty to a particular brand that I'm not sponsored by any. If you make stretchy jeans, reach out to me. I will show you your product. But they're great. They're fantastic. Worn nothing but them in terms of jeans for a number of years. They give you the same look as regular jeans, but they are infinitely more comfortable. Yeah, it's the same as regular jeans cleaning wise. My stretch jeans last 5 years before they ripped the seams. Well, maybe whatever brand, you should share whatever brand you had, and people should avoid that one, because I've had mine for longer than that at this point. I've had stretch gap, Old Navy Levis, and my thighs keep busting out. Well, maybe you're not buying your clothes in the appropriate sizing. They're meant to be stretch comfy, not stretch into 5 sizes smaller and rip at the seams. Yeah, like, I don't know, believe it or not, chat, I'm also not wearing skin tight skinny jeans. They wear like regular jeans. They just like have a little bit of give when you're doing something active with them instead of being stiff and awkward like regular denim. So you can do things like exercise in them and it doesn't feel bad. Yes, I just Hotel Inferno'd in my Darkhawk deck because I'm playing on autopilot while we're talking about stretch jeans. Talking and clicking's a dangerous game, chat. Oh, I had extra energy I forgot about because of the Castle Blackstone too. Slops, slops. We played a couple of games with it. This deck has like pretty reasonable stats on
Victory.
on Untap for what it's worth, and a few hundred games long with reasonable numbers. I want to make sure it's clear that the asterisk I'm putting on this deck is an important one. But I think this deck is one of the better mid-rangey decks that doesn't play Shang-Chi. So like that's like a really big asterisk there with that quantifier, but if you're looking to play a Darkhawk deck that isn't playing Shang and Miss Marvel, I think this is one of the better ways to do that. We had a couple of resubs in there while we were chilling. Neto-sen, thank you for the 3/4 of a year. Welcome back. And Mikey Two-Step, thanks for the 3 months in advance. Good morning, good morning. Cube, thank you for the 3/4 of a year. Is Grandmaster necessary in this deck, or can it be replaced? I mean, like, you'll win games without Grandmaster, but I don't know that it has a clean replacement. So the awkward part about mixing and matching Darkhawk and Ronan is you can't play Maximus because Maximus makes your Darkhawks worse. And you can't play Black Widow because Black Widow makes your Ronins worse. So, like, Grandmaster's like a way to reuse your effects that make your cards better.
Snap.
We have Iron Man into Nidavellir, so we're gonna step here. I kinda hate how one of the best non-chain decks says make them not have Shang as part of its gameplay. I mean, that's not strictly true. We have armor in this deck to have counterplay to opposing Shangs. Thirsty Prats, thank you for the entire year of support. It's a long time, welcome back. Sword to go with that shield. You tried Grandmastering your Beast and vice versa. Yeah, we played a bunch of Grandmaster with Beast before the Beast nerf, but it felt kind of awkward. Oh my god, we just porked their Enchantress. That's so good.
Victory.
That's it. We were gonna get to go Ronan in the center into Master Mold Iron Man on the right. Just put him in the ground. I've definitely run into Maximus and Darkhawk decks. You would not believe the amount of people that put Maximus in their Darkhawk decks and also put Black Widow in their Ronan decks. Tight synergistic deck building out there. He had people who play Maximus on curve. Yeah, Maximus turn 2 to 3 is a fairly common blunder. Generically, Forge is good for us if we can find a Ronan. Now, it is worth noting that our opponent is an Enchantress deck. Probably a Shang-Chi deck as well. This has got to be setting up for Enchantress here, right? So we just go ahead and mold plus Darkhawk and hope that their Dracula just bricks and we beat them. I have Influence Date Freed here. Alright, so I assume we're 2/3 to win the game here. Yeah, buddy! Okay, Boomer!
Victory.
That anti-Dracula technology, though, chap. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Hashtag Nerf Master Mold. Dinner's ready. Come and get it. Extra Bolt's a little scary into a Maria Hill. Because, means they're likely Loki. Alright, initial thoughts on Call Obsidian. Initial thoughts on Call Obsidian are that it's probably playable with Thanos, but also isn't likely particularly interesting. Just lay out a snap him. And put more rocks in their deck. This Adelant is much worse for them than us. Let's get him. Thanos is the low-hanging fruit for Call. I'm gonna try him with Scar, I think, a little bit, but...
Victory.
Snip it and ship it, folks. Jeff just admitted Loki's bust. I mean, Loki has good stats right now. It's just, Loki's not the reason Loki has good stats. The Loki decks that have good stats are Zabu, Shang-Chi, Miss Marvel, Alioth decks. Like, Loki's a card that they play, but it also just, like, isn't their defining feature remotely. Loki basically acts as a mulligan for when their tech cards line up a little awkward. We can play Call and Zabu with a bunch of disruptive one-drops. Sure, we could play Hawk Bounce with Call Obsidian. That's probably a fine direction to potentially take it in.
Time's up.
How do you feel about such a themed release of cards? Thanos, essentially, do you think it's good or too limited? I think Call's gonna do more than Thanos. I just think in a world where Shang-Chi's in 40 to 60% of decks, it's hard to get too excited about another card that gets cut down. You basically never want to play Ham left or right in this deck, because left and right are where you set up your Grandmaster paths, and you never really need to Grandmaster Ham. So just something to think about. You, generally speaking, want to take this and play in center. Taking your 4-drop's not bad, or am I wrong? It's not just about the pure energy swap of it, right? It's about the swing that it creates. So like your 4-10 gives them a 4-13. And it's like, sure, maybe there's a world where that's better for them than it is for you. But, yeah. Or better for you than it is for them, but it's still pretty specific. I think they're gonna try and play for here. I think they're gonna try and play for here. Let's stay. This Darkhawk is huge. I should have stabbed it back. I'll snap him back on the Mystique Draw. Nimrod came out of Agent Coulson shit. This is 2/3 to be something really big. Iron Man or Ronan. Nah, I think I'd rather play for all three than go all in on mid. Because remember, I'm adding 2 to mid and right regardless. Yeah, the Nimrod was from Coulson, and then the Hollow let them blow it up, so they shouldn't be able to do anything with that again. If this hits mold and they play big middle, we could lose, but those are two pretty big specifics. Yeah, they just didn't play from it here. Ooh, that ties it if there's not a rock slide here. Oh, come on! Lose two. God damn it. That's so frustrating. Oh, it's so frustrating. I'm gonna play it out 3-7. I think we're a favorite here. They only play one card here, the Master Mold cuts them off a draw, which is nice. So you're supposed to have second dinner to nerf Loki, yeah?
Opponent snapped.
How about let's play. And this is the nice thing about Master Mold inside of this deck is we're playing Master Mold in part because it also kind of enables Darkhawk for us. So it's not just a Ronan enabler, it'll often cut them off of draws. And based on that snap, I assume they're about to Loki me for 7. Or 6, I suppose. Yeah, a lot of the people that really care about their rank at the top, it can be tough to watch their content just because they're so hyper paranoid about stream sniping. Now the good news is because they copied our deck, we don't have to worry about tech cards unless they draw it in their 2 draws out of their deck. Which is nice. Doggy! That'll do, pig. That'll do. We know one of the cards they drew is Maria, that's true. I think it's just this then. Am I supposed to play for the middle? The deck tracker's broken? No, the deck tracker's right. Oh, their deck tracker is very broken, chat. The deck tracker has been broken with Loki for a while. FYI. I'm not sure if I want to play for the middle or not. I feel like they always put at least some points of power there. Wow, they didn't rip. Oh. Kind of, but also no. Cool.
Victory.
Yeah, the deck tracker isn't sure what to do since they changed Loki to transform the cards. Is the deck tracker broken with things like Hub and Camp? No. So the thing that makes the deck tracker go foobar is the fact that Loki transforms the cards. So they're technically the original cards that started in their deck still. And however, the log file that gets tracked on the back end reads that isn't clean for them. I want to armor Rickety Bridge. Theoretically, this location is positive for us, but we do need to draw a Darkhawk for that to be the case. Now you can't Dock. Yeah, but spending my entire turn 5 to screw with their hand when I might need to be a Ronan deck isn't necessarily good anyways.
Snap.
Seems like Untap's not really adding anything more to the tracker, says who? Based on what? Rock slide with extra steps, yep.
Squad's still a little light.
Well, that's a card that's actually in their deck, right? Would we have won this game if I would have Dock-Ocked the left? No, because they would have had a demon on the right still, right? That was so close. Yeah, it's just like, I really feel like Loki's the best example of people misunderstanding what makes decks good in Marvel Snap, especially among the higher level players. Because, like, when I look at this deck and I look at the things that it's doing that's powerful that feel like they put me out of the game, it's always the tech cards, right? It's always things like this that involve these absolutely brutal rug pulls. It's basically never Loki proper. He's like a card that smooths over their brutal cards occasionally, but when push comes to shove, it's these type of effects that always put me out of the game, not others. That's not a Coulson surprise. The Loki decks are actually playing Legion. Warbug, thank you for the 3rd of year. Appreciate that. Welcome back. Yeah, hitting a bunch of repeat opponents is one of the reasons why I play a lot of Conquest and don't play ladder once I hit Infinite. Because when you're in the top 1,000, the player pool is not particularly wide. And if you play for a few hours, you'll just like rotate through the same small collection of people.
Oh, snapped.
It's nice. You get to go Arbor into Rock Slide into Darkhawk. That's kind of sad. Wanted to play here so I could have Grandmaster as an option for later, but it is pretty much a Rocks into Mr. Negative is about the best we can ask for. I'm a reward-seeking monkey, so playing Conquest over Infinite Ladder just makes sense, I guess. Like the only consistent effect you get from Conquest is boosters, though, just like Ladder. The amount of rewards you get from playing dry up after a short while, and you're largely just turning Conquest medals into boosters at the end of the season. Then I assume they have inverted Iron Man here, and we are dead. It's the proving ground, so we'll stay. I like buying the large pack boosters for Conquest. This is fun at the end of the season.
I am Iron Man. I am Iron Man. I am Iron Man.
I'm a new player, so boosters are beneficial. I mean, boosters are beneficial for me, too. I'm just saying you get boosters for playing Conquest and you get boosters for playing Ladder. It's not really that meaningfully different.